Hi there, in this video we're going to continue with the control section. Now at this point here, this was a real aha moment for me whenever I was working through the book But How Do It Know. This was a point where I wasn't sure exactly how the switching occurred, because previously when we connected this up our switching was done via hard wiring, but now we needed to be able to control the switching without actually physically shifting the wires about. Okay, so this was a bit involved, this video, but I do recommend, if you want to get a real feel for it, then you go out and get that book, because it's the section and the control section part is excellent. Okay, so let's just continue with this here. You can see that we have the usual top level. Okay, now in this instance here, what we're going to do is we're going to add two numbers, the same as in one of the previous videos, but we're actually going to use the instruction register, and we're going to use an actual instruction. Okay, and we've redone the control section so as it understands some of the instructions here. Okay, now what it's going to do is going to add in two numbers. So it's going to add a number from this register. Now what I've done is I've nobbled it, so I've disconnected the bus here, and I'm going to put a value in here. Okay, and I've disconnected the bus here, and I'm going to put a value in here, and we're going to add the two values together, and the final answer will rest in here. Okay, so before we do that, we'll get into the smooth draw, and I've actually already wrote this up for us. Okay, so here we have 8 bits. Okay, now this is our instruction byte. Okay, so the first instruction we're going to look at is this ALU instruction. So it's instructing the arithmetic logic unit to do some function on a couple of numbers. Okay, so what we do is we set it up first of all, and we'll say if this most significant bit is high, then the CPU knows that it's going to be doing an ALU instruction. So it knows then that the next 3 bits will determine what instruction it's actually going to do. Okay, so the next 3 bits has got 8 possible combinations, and it's set up so that it will cover these particular functions. So the 0, 0, 0 will be an AND, and I've got a shift right, shift left, all the way up to compare, which will be 1, 1, 1. Now we've got another 4 bits here, and this really tells us what registers we're going to use in order to do the addition. So we've got 4 registers, R0, R1, R2 and R3, and now this is set up so that these 2 bits here will refer to the registers R0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now these 2 bits here can also refer to the registers R0, R1, R2 and R3. So what we do is we take these bits, these registers, we group them together, and we say that within the instruction we'll call that Reg A. Now what you have to understand is there's no physical Reg A. Reg A is the set of these 4 registers, which is referred to by these 2 values in instruction, and register B is the set of 4 registers, which is referred to by these 2 bits in the instruction. Now that will become apparent whenever we start working through, and really working through the example within logism, well, it's quite handy and it's quite a useful way to learn it. But I do encourage you, if you want to have a nice full description, to go and read it in the book, because it's very good. Let's see now, let's go to the logism. Okay, so that's us back in logism, and let us now set the value in the instruction, okay, for completing this addition task. Now, so what we're going to do is, the simulation's all reset, yep, so what we'll do is, we'll set this value at 1, so we know that we want to do an ALU operation. So the next 3 bits will define what operation we're going to do. So we know that a 0, 0, 0 will be an add, so we'll leave it at that because that's the operation that we want to perform as an add. Okay, now we're going to look at the values that are in these 2 bits here. Okay, now that's defined as our reg A. Okay, so what we want to do is add the value that is in 1, 0, so that represents register 0 register 2. Okay, so that's adding the value register 2, and let's say we're going to add the value, and this will be a reg B, so we'll make this, that's register 3. So we're going to add the values that's in register 2 onto register 3, and you'll see from the wiring inside that we're going to leave the value in register 3. So that's register 0, 1, 2 and 3. So we're adding this value onto that value. So let's actually put some values in. So we'll put a 4 in, and we'll put a 3 in. So we're going to add 4 plus 3. The value will be added in to this reg 3. Okay, so expect that to go to 7, which will be the 3 ones there. Okay, so now let's get into the control section, and I'll talk you through the control section here. Now don't be, it's a bit of a leap going through this section, okay, so it's worthwhile having a good read and read over it 2 or 3 times, and have a play with the simulation as well. Okay, so there we go. Now again, that's it all there. Okay, now let's see, I need to be able to get you to see the bit at the bottom here. It's just off the bottom of the screen here. I hope this isn't gonna take ages to, and I shift it up a wee bit. There we go. Shifted it up a wee bit. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, so wait, still another little section. So maybe make it a bit smaller. Okay, so excuse me. This here is the input. Okay, so that's the code that we've just created. Okay, the instruction that we've just created, which is the 1000111. Okay, now I'll make it a little bit bigger, so that there will just kind of pop off the bottom of the screen, but let's see, you're not missing, I don't think you're missing very much there. Okay, so you've got you have the 3 AND gates there, and just below there is just that instruction register input. Okay, so let's start off, and we'll break this down into little parts. Now the first part that we're going to look at is this reg B and reg A that we were talking about, and remember, these weren't actual physical registers in themselves. So this is reg B is a method of choosing either one of these 4 registers, and there's another method of choosing one of these 4 registers. So let's look at the first least significant bits. So there's one there, and that's another one there. Okay, and you'll notice that both of these are high. Now if we go to the left, that's going to a decoder. So it's just a 2 to 4 decoder. So it takes the value 00011011, and it chooses the registers R0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so you can see at the moment that because that's at 1, 1, so that's value 3. Okay, so if you're starting at 0, so it goes 0, 1, 2 and 3, so it chooses this here. Okay, so it's trying to choose this top right here, it's trying to choose register 3. Okay, now it won't actually choose register 3, right, because there's another two things that have to happen before it chooses register 3. Okay, so one of the things that has to happen before it chooses register 3 is that it has to have the clock enable. Okay, so the clock enable actually is on at the moment, so there's a clock enable in, and it's choosing register 3, but the other thing it has to do is it has to actually have a control that says, yep, go ahead and actually choose the register 3, and that's controlled by this reg b enable. Okay, and that reg b enable will be turned on further up here. Okay, so again, that will become apparent whenever we work through the actual simulation. You can see the lines going green. Now the other two bits here, okay, so that's the bit 3 and 4, they're going to do the same. So those are going to choose a particular register, and we can see it's want to choose register 0, want to choose register 2, so that's 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so that's sitting in here, and it's trying to choose this register 2, but nothing will happen until we actually we get the clock, which exists at the moment, but nothing will happen until we actually tell it to go and choose it. And now remember these little things here, that's a tunnel, so that point there is just connected to some other point here, which I'll describe in a few minutes. Okay, so it just saves me running the wire up to it. So that's a reg A and a reg B explained. One other thing is that the sets for the registers are chosen by this first, the least significant bits. Okay, so the sets in effect are chosen by the reg B. Okay, and that's, again, you can see it there, that's a 2 before decoder, and it's going to choose the R0, 1, 2 and 3 sets. Okay, so that's those connections there. Okay, so it's quite a bit of it. We've kind of covered this section here. Now I think I'll go on and I'll describe this part here, just off the bottom of the screen there. Sorry I couldn't get that there. Whenever I try to make it a bit smaller, you won't actually be able to see it, I don't think. So you've seen it earlier, we've got those 3 outputs here. These are outputs to from the control section to the ALU, which tells it which function to choose. Okay, so it's got 7 functions to choose, and it tells you what function it wants it to choose. Right, so let's just zoom in a bit so we can get there again. Okay, right, so right at the moment there's a 0, 0, 0 in the next 3 bits on the instruction code. So you can see that these lines here, so that's one there, is that line there, 0, and there's a 0, and the other one's just down below is a 0 as well. So that's ensuring that these AND gates, 3 AND gates, aren't on. So it means that these points here are 0, 0 and 0, right, and these 3 points here, I'll just pop in, these 3 points here go to the ALU, and that's it, coming into the ALU there, and it's picking the bottom one here, which is the adder, which is adding the numbers together. Okay, so excuse me, go into the CPU and let's go back into the control section. So we're doing quite well, we've covered a good bit. There's another one little section here, is that whenever you do the compare function is 1, 1, 1, Right, we're at this bit here. So when we do the compare function, the compares 1, 1, 1, and the compare doesn't save its value, okay, in register B, okay, it's just the way the compare works. We can go through an example of that and you'll see it. So that means that whenever the compare function 1, 1, 1 comes in, and okay, then we won't be having any output here. So compare is going to be 1, 1, 1. You get a 1 coming out here, which will make that a 0, okay, and if that's a 0, we won't go through and do this line here, okay. So I'll explain this a little bit now, okay. So that's the compare. Now if we look at it, and this is I suppose it's a neat little section for me. When that's a 1, we know that we're in an ALU instruction. So that means if we follow this line up here, you can see it following up here. You can see it sets this. So two of the inputs here, these are this and this and this and here. Okay, so these inputs have gone high. Okay, and this is where it connects to the stepper. Okay, so these lines here are the final connections to the set and the enable sides. Okay, so these would be the lines that we'd have taken straight down in the previous videos and just stuck straight into the sets or stuck straight into the enables. But we're not going to do that here. We put it through this little AND gate. So this line here, which in this instance here it's reg b enable and temp, okay, temp set, these won't go high unless there's an output here in this AND gate. Now there won't be an output in this AND gate until the instruction has gone to 1, which is telling us that it's an ALU instruction. So that says this is an ALU instruction, okay, and it also says the stepper goes along to 4 and says, right, okay, we'll go high here, right? So we want something to happen at this point here. Is it an ALU instruction? It says yes, it's an ALU instruction. Okay, we'll make that go high. That goes high, and what it does is it says we'll take reg b and we'll enable the value in reg b, and we'll put it in. So we'll set it in temp. So we go to reg b. So there's reg b there. So we're saying we'll enable that line now. So it comes down here and it goes to reg b, which is this point line here. So we're choosing reg b. So we're saying take the register, the value that's in register, and the reg b value is given by, if we come down this line here, it's given by, all the way down, it's given by the instruction code, okay, which is here, right, and it's given by the first two bits, which are 1, 1. Okay, so what's saying is we should go to the register R3, okay, enable it, so put the value of the register R3 onto the bus, and then when you've put it onto the bus, whenever the clock set comes in, we'll set that value in the temp register. Okay, so let's just work through these and you'll see this happening. So nothing's going to happen for 4, 8, for 12 cycles. Okay, so let's just get in and we'll work through this. Now let's see if we've got our values in. We've put our values in here. Yep, that's our value there. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, now 12. So on that 12th value, the stepper's got to 0.4, so that 0.4 has gone live, and this line here has gone live as well, which is telling us that it's an ALU instruction. So the output of the AND gate's gone live, so this reg b enable has been set and the temp has been set as well. Okay, so there you go. So you can see that register 3 has been enabled. Okay, and whenever the set clock comes along, reg 3 will be set. So we can see that at the top level. It says take the values from the register 3, which is this one here, which is these values here. So take these values, it's been enabled, you see it's gone green, put it onto the bus. So it's now sitting in the bus, and now the next instruction will come along and it will say, next clock cycle will come along, it will say set the temp. So we're setting that value into that little temp register. So the clock set will go high next. There you go, clock set high. The temp is going high. We've set that value, which is 3 in that register there. Okay, so that will be available at the moment in the ALU. Okay, so let's go to the next instruction. So the next clock pulse that will come along, well, a couple of clock pulses, we'll get to step 5. Okay, now in step 5, it's asking, is it an ALU instruction? The answer is yes, it's an ALU instruction. Okay, because that's high. And the stepper, when the stepper goes high to the next one, it'll go and it'll do this line here. Okay, now what's on that line there? That line there says it will enable register A and it will set the accumulator. Okay, so let's just go and do that now. Let's see. Right, so it's going to enable register A. Now register A is going to be the value for these two bits here, which is 2. Okay, so that's register 0, 1 and 2. So it's saying take the value from this register here and put it onto the bus. Okay, right, and so it puts it onto the bus, and when it puts it onto the bus, remember it comes directly in to this point here. Okay, and there's no surprising that we've called that A and B, because A, well, it doesn't matter at that moment. So it comes into the here. Okay, so that value will come in there. Okay, that's a 3 at the moment, but the new value will come in whenever we pass this on to the next stage. Okay, so let's just do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's us going to 0.5. 0.5, reg A has been enabled. Reg A has been enabled. So reg A has been enabled. Well, A is the value, the 1, 0. So we'll come along and it's this one here that's now been set. Well, it's now been enabled. So we're passing the value that's in register 2 onto the bus. Okay, and the next thing we'll do is whenever the set goes high, the accumulator will set. Okay, so let's just look and see. Now you'll see we've got 3 in there and we've got the value 4 in there, so that's a value 4 sitting there. Okay, now another point there is that this line comes all the way down, and comes all the way down here. Okay, and that was a point we've seen that at this point here, this is when we choose what we want to do, because the two values are now sitting in the input to the ALU, and we say, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to add these two together, or do you want to do any other function that you require on one or both of these inputs? So now we've decided that all we want to do is do the add function. Okay, so right now the add function, these in effect are placed live. Okay, because it's got 2 inputs, and the final input will be determined by the 3 inputs that get at the bottom there. The final determination will be made by the 3 inputs here, which come from the code. Okay, the instruction. Okay, so these 3 here come from instruction. Now these are 0, 0, 0, so it's just popped out a 0, so it's now still choosing just to do the add function. So we'll just get into the accumulator, make it a bit bigger. Okay, so get into the accumulator. So we've got 4 there, we've got 3 there, so it's adding them together, and it's coming out with the answer 7. Now the answer 7 is just sitting here, so nothing will happen until we pop it into the accumulator here. So let's go through to the here. Now nothing's going to happen with that value until the accumulator is set on the bus. Okay, so that'll go in the next clock pulse. Whenever the clock set goes high, accumulator will be set. Okay, let's see, clock set goes high, clock set goes high, sorry, the accumulator will be set. Okay, so we're setting that value 7 actually in the accumulator. Okay, and so it's not put in the bus yet, so because we still have to enable it. So it's now sitting in the accumulator 7, the value 7 sitting in the accumulator. So we're ready to go into the next stage. So what happens on the next stage? There's the next stage given by 6. So we are in the position where we say, is it an ALU? Yes, it's an ALU. Okay, and this other thing here is a choice. It's saying, is the option a compare? And if that's high, it's saying no, it's not a compare. Okay, so we're okay, so we can get through and we can place a value in reg B. So it's waiting for us just to pop on to this value here. So accumulator will be enabled and reg B will be set. So if I get into here, accumulator will be enabled, so it will take the value in the accumulator, which is 7, it'll put it in the bus. Okay, and it will then enable, it will then set reg B, so this value here will go to 7. Okay, so let's just go through and do that now. So when I go to the next rate of clock, so there you go, it's added them together. We've got 7, so that's 1 plus 2 plus 4, which is 7. So we've got now 7 got on the bus. Now, because I've nobbled this so that I can put an input in here and we can see the addition, we can't actually go adding that in because I've broke that wire. So this is a point where I've taken the beautiful, perfect CPU, which I couldn't really do much with because it's not fully functioning yet, and I've broken a wire in it in order to put an input in. So it means that we can't then go and take that and stick it in here. But the answer here is 7, and it would be placed into this register here if that was connected together, and that would say 7. Okay, so I think you can see that quite clearly. So if we go into the next clock pulse, okay, that would be the clock pulse where we set that, okay, into that register R3. Okay, so that's us got to the end of this this set of this instruction. Okay, so it's done that instruction. So when I go to the next clock cycle, it'll go back to the beginning again. Okay, so let's just go CPU. Okay, and I'll just go on to the next, and we know when it's back at the beginning. Okay, because this bus 1 goes high. Okay, so that really is a description of the first lot of instructions. It's a bit involved, but very worthwhile going through, and that for me was my nice kind of eureka aha moment where I really got to comprehend how a computer works. Okay, and you can envisage further on that we've got lots of different instructions, and then these, rather than using the numbers here for the instruction, let's see if I can down, can you see that at the bottom there? Let's see, minus. Okay, so rather than using just the numbers here for the instructions, we can start putting together a code for the instructions, and that's really at this pinnacle. That's the point where you can say, you're starting to build a hierarchy. You're starting to say, well, these numbers, the instructions, I can give them names rather than just these numbers, names that mean something, and then you can build up an assembly language from that. Okay, so a bit more of that in the next video. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.